What's up guys, it's Kennedy and I just wanted to do a vlog to tell you about my trip to Mozambique. So my mom and I decided to take a trip down to Mozambique because I'm the youth ambassador of the nonprofit organization, the African Millennium Foundation, and we work with women and children in Africa. Right now we're working specifically in Maputo, Mozambique. The first day that we got there, we went to a center called Reencontro, which is where kids from Maputo go each day after school and during summer break, and they get one hot meal a day. It really provides a sense of family and community for them. Most of these kids are orphaned. So the very first day of being in Mozambique, our driver drove us to Reencontro, and as soon as we pulled up, there were hundreds of kids outside of the center and they sang us this beautiful welcome song. It really touched me knowing where these kids come from and, you know, their stories. It was really inspiring because they were all in such high spirits. This day we just kind of took a tour of the center and got to know each of the kids there. First they were really shy, but then I told them what I like to do, and then I asked them questions about them and I asked them to tell me about them. So they opened up. And I actually found out that we have a lot in common. Like, we listen to the same type of music. They listen to a lot of the music that we listen to. They're huge fans of Bruno Mars. They listen to Chris Brown. We were able to bond over music and different celebrities. And wherever you go, a teenager is a teenager. Later that day, we visited 3 families to see how they were living. And just there, my mom and I got so emotional, and the woman who was taking us around, she was like, "Don't cry yet because you haven't seen the worst. In a few days we're going to take you to see the worst of the worst." And I just didn't know what we were in for. So the next day we went back to Reencontro, said good morning to all the girls. I specifically spent most of my time with the girls in the center because at the African Millennium Foundation we have a little program called Girls Helping Girls. And on the second day we were there, they taught me their little songs and their dances and the games that they play, and they even incorporated me into one, and I had to dance in the middle of a circle. And I'm not the best dancer, but it was a lot of fun. They all cheered me on and they taught me how to do it. Later on during that day, I got to interview each of the girls, and they told me their stories, how they lived. They told me what they wanted to be when they grow up. They told me what they like to do, what kind of music that they listen to. And again, a lot of similarities between me and them. There was one girl in particular who really stuck out to me because of her story. Her name is Julia, and she's a teenager. When she was 5 years old, she complained of having itchy eyes, and for us here, that's such a simple thing to fix. You go to the doctor, they give you eye drops or something like that, but they didn't really know what to do, so they operated on her 5 times, and her vision was fine before, and now she's legally blind. She can't see out of one eye, and she can only see things when they're up close out of the other eye. She still continues to go to school. I'm determined to do everything that I can to help her and to help all of these kids, really. The next day, my mom and I went to go visit the really critical families, and in all of these homes, at least one person had HIV/AIDS. So many kids being raised by their grandparents because their parents died of AIDS. We visited this one house. This grandmother is taking care of her 2 grandchildren. Their parents died of AIDS. The 6-year-old, she has HIV/AIDS, and then the 15-year-old is mentally and physically handicapped. She's also taking care of her other daughter, their aunt, who's 21 years old, who also has AIDS. And when we went to go visit the house, she was on the floor on a mattress, pretty much dying. So we visited a lot of families like this, and it really, really changed the way that I look at things. For one, I really appreciate my house more. Everyone that I saw had houses smaller than my bedroom. Again, like I said earlier, they're just all in such high spirits. And that was really inspirational to me, and that really touched me, and that really made me want to help, and that really made me realize there is hope, but we have to do something. I hope to go back this November and visit everyone there. I miss my family in Maputo. I keep in touch with them. I'm actually friends with some of them on Facebook. I want to say thank you to the African Millennium Foundation, to Milena Ruth, for allowing me to go on this trip. Thank you also to Olinda, who runs Reencontro. You do so much for these kids, for everyone in this community. You are really an angel. And I don't say that to just anyone. You're an angel. Such an inspiration. We take a lot for granted for no reason, and like there are these people who are really truly suffering, but they're in such high spirits and they don't complain. They want help, but they don't complain. I'm gonna wrap this video up. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this really encouraged you to go out there and make a change. Do whatever you can in your community, whether it's planting a few trees, saving some dogs, or helping out a family in need. Make an impact in this world. Stay awesome. Go out there, make a change. Bye!